Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. I am starting a new journal, a Christmas journal. I also have a custom order to make, and I've started that, so things are busy, but I wanted to put the camera on because I decided I really wanted to do another accordion journal, but I wanted a hardcover and a hardback. So I was playing around with that, and I think I've got what I want. And what I did is I went ahead and took some of my cardstock, and I did what we did before, and I kept the size the same, folded them in half, glued them, and I did 7 of those. Then I took some chipboard, and this will be the cover. So what I did is I attached the cover to one of the pages, and that's what you're seeing here. But before I did that, I went around all the edges with black gesso. So that's what I'm doing the same thing to the back, so just in case, you know, I know I sound muddled because, you know, I've got all this in my head, and now I'm trying to get it out of my mouth. And somebody was asking me about the candles. They wanted to see the candles, and, you know, the candles come with little labels, and so, yeah, we did it. My husband and I, we did the candles. There it is. And oh, it smells so good. And got one for my daughter, one for my daughter-in-law. So I'm very excited, and I'm burning one. So yeah, it was really fun. I hope to do it again. So this will be the cover page, and of course nothing's decorated, so just know that. And this then would be the first page, and then this would be the page after that. So I think what I'm going to do is just trying to keep this in order. I put them together. I wasn't sure how the hard cover would work, and so I just kind of went and put them together with a little bit of masking tape. And then what I did is I alternated punching them. So this one here, when you turn your cover, you see you've got a punch, and then this one isn't. So when you get to the back side of this, you will see the punch. So I need to go ahead and get this down and then attach it. I think I'm going to go ahead and attach it so I can just keep them in order. Otherwise, it's difficult. And I was going through all my Christmas fabric, and I don't have any. I think when I was cleaning up, I had taken a whole lot of my fabrics that I hadn't used in a long time, and I boxed them up to take to the Goodwill. And I think I put all my Christmas fabric in there, not thinking. So that's what happens sometimes when you clean out. Yeah. So I mean, I don't have any, none, 0. And I had some really, really cool Christmas fabrics from the quilts that I did. So I was a little bit upset. I've been running around the house looking for them, and it's just nowhere to be found. So I know that I had to have donated them, and I did it last year. So it's not a matter of, hey, go buy your fabrics back. No, they're gone. So yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just how it goes. And I apologize for my hands, but I've been working. I've got gesso, white gesso, black gesso. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect these. And I went and I got some Tim Holtz fabric. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful fabric. Green and kind of yellow and gold with black. And I thought, you know, I really feel like this could be Christmas. So that's what I am going to do. I am going to use the Tim Holtz, and we're going to make that work. I thought about using paper for this, just for something different. And I decided, no, it's Christmas. We are going to use fabric. And that's just how it's going to be. Fabric. I see a thread here I can pull, so let's pull it. So we had a great weekend. It was so fun. My husband and I making candles. They're 100% soy candles, this kit from Brambleberry. And it didn't take any time at all to make them. I mean, I thought it would be a process, and it wasn't. It took like 10 minutes maybe. Just fun. Something fun. I don't think I'd want to do it for a living. At one point in time I did, but yeah, I don't. I think I'm just gonna stay with what I know and call it a day. Buying a kit and making them, that's fun. But having to do it for a living, I've watched several videos, and there's just too much information that you have to know. Grams, ounces, all these supplies, burn rates. It's too much for my brain. So I'm not going to put the back end on yet because this still has to have paper. So I'm not going to worry about getting the other side of the fabric done. This is going to be perfect for now. Of course, the most fun comes when you get to decorate. I mean, that's where the fun's at. So let's see if I can keep this in order of how it is supposed to be. Kind of while that dries. I've got my black gesso, my white gesso. Everything is here. Okay, this would be next, and this goes on here. So I don't have all my papers cut out, but I have a couple of them so that we can get a start on this. And then I was thinking I really would like to do one that has like a solid back and front cover and a spine where you open it up and you pull it all out and fold it all back up. I think that would be so cute. So this is supposed to go here. So we're going to glue this down. I don't know, maybe y'all are tired of watching accordion journals. If you are, I apologize, but I really wanted to make a couple. The last one I made was just really, really cute. And I had put the journal on the top, on the front. And that worked out really, really well. I was so happy with that. An actual, well, like a 2-for-1. You had the accordion journal, and then you had your standard journal. And I was very pleased with that, how that turned out. I was a little bit worried because I had never done it. I had never seen one. So I wasn't sure that it was going to work, but it did. And then I'm just sitting there thinking, why couldn't I do one that's like a regular journal with a spine, but it's an accordion journal inside. So this is kind of where it gets a little bit complicated because I went ahead and took the divot out. So now I'm having to try to open this up and see where that is so I can punch it. And then on top of that, then you look at it and you see that you've got the natural craft cardstock behind, which is fine. But if you look at this, I went ahead and put a little piece of paper behind there. So let me find a scrap and we'll see what might look good. That would look good, but I think I'd like something, if I've got something in red. So let me check this out. I don't want to cut a new sheet of paper. I might have. So far I'm not seeing anything, so I don't want to keep y'all waiting. And the paper I'm using doesn't have a back side. This is white on the back. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And what I'm going to do is just take my cutter, just because I do want a straight line. And I'm just going to cut. And I know that this is too big. So let's just see if that'll work. I'm going to eyeball it, and if it doesn't fit, then we'll just cut it with a scissor. Just glue that in there like that. Yeah. Or it's got green writing on it. Well, I kind of like that. Maybe we'll do, no, we'll do the other side. So get the glue, and we'll just tuck it in there. So I pulled out a lot of my jingle bells and charms and all sorts of cool stuff. And we're just going to put this in there. I don't know if I'm on camera. Just kind of get this in there like that. See, I've got gesso on me. So there we go. And so now we are going to attach these pages. And unfortunately, I think we're going to lose that sleigh to the fabric, but that is just the way it is. So that's what we're going to do. Just see what side we like. I think I'm going to go with this one with all this green. So if you don't know what I'm doing, if you've not watched an accordion journal from the very beginning, then you can catch a previous video. Let's do it this way. That will show you need an odd number of pages, and in this case I'm working with 7, and I just folded them in half. You don't have to fold them in half. You can cut them if you want, and they can be singles, but this way I've got a pocket that I can put journal pages in so that you've got more journal space. And so this is just folded, and then the side and the bottom is glued, and that gives you your pocket. If you don't care about a pocket, cut it in half. You can save a lot of paper that way because you're not doubling up. So that's always a way that you can go. Dana and I met Saturday for breakfast, and then we hit a bunch of shops, gift shops, and just had a really, really good time. And we went to this one gift shop that had, it's called Sage and Ivy. I think you can find them on Instagram. Anyway, they had their Halloween stuff on sale. They have individual spaces that you rent, so there's a lot of artists in there. And I just couldn't believe that Halloween was already on sale, and I'm just sitting there saying to Dana, you know, the season's over. You know, once you start putting Christmas stuff out, it's like it's done. It's the middle of October, one of my most favorite holidays, and it's just depressing to think about how fast these 3 months go by. I mean, I'm not creating anything Halloween now. I'm not creating anything fall. And, you know, you really need to start doing that stuff in the summer so that you've got the time and it's all made by the time that season is here, because otherwise you just always feel like you're behind, and it's depressing. I mean, it just made me sad. And I told Dana, I said, it's just sad. Then I came home and told my husband, I said, I want to put the Christmas tree up. And he started laughing. He says, if you won't put it up, we'll put it up. And I'm like, I haven't even decorated for Halloween, and here it's like over. So, every year, I never learn. That's what happens to me every year. The same thing. It's like, Charlotte, you knew. It's nothing new. You knew. But I found something at one of the shops. I'm looking at this because I think we're going to hang over. Yep, we are. We're hanging over just the tiniest, tiniest bit. I found something at one of the shops. They're Skull hot chocolate bombs. I don't know. I had never heard of them. And Dana was buying a bunch of them for her family because she says it's just so fun. You put one of these, what they call a bomb, chocolate bomb, in a mug, for those of you that have never heard of this, and you pour hot milk in your mug and you stir it, and this chocolate bomb melts, and I guess it's just fantastic. So I bought skull bombs, one for each of the grandkids, and I'm going to put them in their Tussie Mussies. And I think that, wrong glue. I think that they're going to just love them. I mean, who isn't going to love all that sugar, right? Because you know that's what it is. It's just all that sugar. Their mother's going to be so happy with me. But, you know, it's one night. So let's just celebrate. And and I bought all skulls. There's all different kinds. There's flowers and cupcakes, and they come in all different kinds of shapes. But I thought, you know, sometimes when you're dealing with kids, you don't want anybody to say, oh, I want that one, and then this big argument ensues, and then you feel bad because, you know, they didn't get what they wanted. So it's all Halloween, which will be good. All white skulls with black eyes, and looks like Halloween. This paper is really, really pretty. I went and got a bunch of my odds and ends, but I love how this paper has the stamps, the Christmas stamps, and the postcard. I don't know yet how we're going to decorate these. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. I do know that. So, Mr. Tim, I think that looks great. So let's do that. I found out one thing when I was going and looking for my scrap papers, my Christmas scrap papers. I had just thrown everything in a box from last year and nothing's organized. Everything is all over the place. I mean, I'm always saying that I'm not an organized person anyway, but it's ridiculous, you guys. Just ridiculous. It really, really is sad. Sad, sad, sad. So I'm going to have to take time out to be able to find anything. Might be easier if I cut this off right now. Even if I leave just a little bit. And of course, this is doing its thing. So, I don't know how many Christmas journals I'm going to get made this year. I'm shooting for 2. I don't know. I'd like to make a couple tiny, not tiny, but small, mini. Maybe like 4.5 by 5 size journals. And we'll see. I'm hoping to do that, but you know how that goes. What you're hoping to do and what you actually do sometimes are 2 different things, so we will see. But I'd like to do 2 accordion journals, and then I'd like to do a couple just really cute, just jam-packed full of ephemera journals, small ones. So I'm hoping, but I've got that custom order to do, and that's got to take priority really over anything. So we'll see. See, and then we're at the back, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the back, or I should say what I did, because I'm going to have to do it. I didn't put the black gesso on it, and I could have just gone ahead and distressed it, but I didn't. So I thought this would go there and this would look good. So let's put this there. And of course, then we are going to need a paper for in the back. And I wonder if I could just go ahead and use the back side of this is printed. So that might be cute. So let's just cut a little bit of this off. So if there's anything special or anything different that y'all would like to see me do, let me know in the comments. Because I would like to, I think I'm going to wait on that. Let's put this down first. I would like to share with you things that you are interested in also, and not just always me. I mean, you're so kind, you come in here and support my channel and chat, and you know I love to do that. And I apologize because sometimes you have to wait a couple days before I respond to your comments, but it's only because I'm not having any computer time. When you see that, because you know I'm not one that just gives a thumbs up and a heart. And I don't blame those that do that. You know, you do what you can do, and it's totally all right. It's whatever works for you. But I like the chat. I like to know what's going on with my subscribers, and I love to just sit down and see what you have to say and then respond and make sure everybody's doing well and feeling well and give support when you're not doing well and when you're not feeling well, because I've had that happen too. You know, you share that with me and I appreciate it. And I care. I care about each and every one of you and what's happening. So I really want to thank you for your support of my channel. Okay, so then let's put this in there and make sure that I've got the writing right side up. And I love the fact that it's green. That's cool. So yeah, if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see, depending upon what it is and how long it will take, it might have to wait until after the first of the year. But if you don't mind, I don't mind. So let's get this in there. Hopefully I'm on camera. You know, sometimes I want to be on camera and it just isn't possible. All right, so we've got a tiny bit here. It's not quite making it. What do you think? I think that works, and I think that looks really pretty with that. So let's see what we've got here. I think I'm going to use this kind of yellow and gold. Or do I want, maybe I'll use this. So let's cut some of this off. And I'm going to save this. We might use this for paper clips or safety pins or some kind of cute ephemera that we'll create for this. I've unplugged the phone. We do have a landline. I mean, we use our cell phones, but we do have a landline for the computer. And invariably, when I'm making a movie, the landline goes off, and especially on Mondays. Oh my gosh, they're relentless on Mondays. Just, it's like, people, please. I know it's your job, but oh my goodness. And so I just got to the point where now I just unplug it. If it's anything important, they'll call back. So it's just nice not to hear that and have to worry about it being interrupted. So I really need to dig out all my ephemera. You should see the mess I have. It's just, you know, when the holiday's over, it's over, and you just kind of take and throw, you just throw everything in a box. You're done. It's a year away. I don't have to see you. You know, you're gone for a year, and that's kind of what I did. And so, yeah, I'm going to pay for it now. Yes, I am. Going out and looking for stuff. I am going to pay for it now. So I don't want that glued down there. Let's get this out from underneath itself. It has adhered to itself when it rolled, so maybe Santa will put some oil on my chair. What do you think? Of course, I had somebody in the comments say, I love your squeaky chair. Leave it be. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. I think if Santa will fix my chair, I will be a very, very happy person. Okay, we are coming along, and this is looking so pretty. So I think we're at the back, and we are. So this is going to go that way. And why does this not want to? Because it doesn't go that way. It goes, does it go that way? Yes, it goes that way. That's what the problem was. So we've got this piece of paper that goes on here. And then when you turn this over, this gets attached. Here is my piece of chipboard. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this paper on here. And then I'm not going to do it on camera, but I will explain to you what I will do. Wait a second. Okay, here we go again. This goes, this is here. This goes on here. Okay, it's not our last sheet. So this is going to go on here and be attached to that because I know this is getting long. So then what I'm going to do, here is my last piece. Here's my last pocket. Here's my chipboard. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. So what I'm going to do is take my black gesso and I'm going to go around both sides of just the edges, the corners, and then attach it to here. So when you flip this, this will be the back and it will be the hard cardstock back. So that's what's going to happen there. I've not picked the paper for that out yet. So I am just going to go ahead and get this down, and then I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to see what's going to be. This is pretty, this kind of red, pink, filigree looking. But it doesn't look very much like Christmas, this paper. So, but I'll show you the cover again, so you'll see what I mean when I talk to you about the black gesso. You'll see exactly what I mean by that. And then, of course, we have to glue all the other pages to the other side. But this is the cover, so you'll see where I went around the whole thing with the black gesso. And really didn't have to do it on this side because you're seeing the craft cardstock. You're not even seeing where I put the gesso, but the edges are all done. And I'm thinking about maybe going with some gold wax. I'm not going to leave that like that, so I might take gold wax and go around that. You know, when it's Christmas, you can really bling it up. Anything goes. Gold, shiny, anything, sparkles, you name it. So we're going to put this on together, and then I'm going to let you go. And I will go back and try to figure, I'll gesso that piece of cardstock and try to figure what's going to come next for papers, and then we will meet again. And I am just waiting to hear from the person that wants the custom order because I had a few questions. So I'm waiting to hear back. I've started it, and we shall see where that goes. So if you haven't made one of these, hopefully you haven't made one because you're afraid of them or you're nervous. I shouldn't say afraid, but you're nervous because you've never done it. They're so easy and they're so cute, and it's something just different from what you see all the time. So I would strongly suggest maybe instead of doing this, I think is 8.5 by 5.5. Do like a 4 by 5. Do something smaller so that If you don't like the process or you don't like what you did, it's not going to be that big a deal to not use it. So that's what I would recommend. Just get your paper out, and instead of doing a double, like this is a double, instead of doing a double, just, do singles. And lay out and attach with fabric or paper, cheesecloth, anything like that, burlap, washi tape. This could be washi tape. Lay out your 7 or start with 5 and then accordion them up, and then you'll see exactly where you're going with it. It's just that simple, and I really do believe, this has to dry, but I really do believe you would fall in love with it. So this then goes like this, and then I don't want to close this because this is wet, but this goes like this, and then the back goes on. We attach that, and then when you fold it over, you've got your back. So guys, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to keep playing with this, and we will catch you in the next video. I hope you have a fantastic and beautiful week. Take care of yourselves and enjoy the fall colors and the weather, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.